It's amazing to think that the foundation of one of the world's biggest and most important industries is just two skinny pieces of steel, and some big square chunks of wood, and spikes, and gravel. That's the base of the railroad. If you've ever driven over a railroad crossing or bumped across one, the whole thing doesn't seem too sophisticated. But if you look a little closer, and especially if you think about how much pressure every foot of that rail withstands every time the train passes, it's a pretty impressive little system. The track runs across the countryside as if it was a road, crossing open fields, scaling mountain passes, and zigzagging through every major city. And indeed, it's built on a similar framework to a vehicle road. It starts with a road bed, a layer of dirt or sand laid down to demarcate the actual path of the train. That has to be graded perfectly smoothly. Then ties are dropped into place. They're called ties, we think, because their role is to tie the two rails together. Next, the steel rail itself is laid over the tie and gauged to precisely a 4-foot 1/2 inch width, at least in what's called standard gauge. Next, the rail is affixed to the tie with spikes in traditional wooden ties and with sophisticated fasteners in more modern substances like concrete and steel. Finally, stone ballast is poured between, below, and around the ties. Ballast helps drain water, keeps down vegetation, and serves to support the rails and ties as the train rolls over. As you'll see in this unit, making, laying, maintaining, and replacing track, maintenance of way as it's known, is a huge and very important activity in the railroad. In the coming lessons, we'll review how tracks are made, how tracks are laid, how tracks are maintained, and how tracks are replaced. Without the track, there is no train.